Wow, lovely. Hello and welcome to the Hat Chat podcast with your three favourite men. Chris Trott.
Ross Hornby.
Alex.
Thank you.
Whoa.
I was waiting for my turn.
Alex Smith,
Bouphe,
and
one
we
of
are
your
joined today
favourite
by a very
men.
special guest who you might have already heard.
Yeah,
Your fourth favourite man.
yeah, that was
Bouphe.
what I was
It's
going to lead
Bouphe.
on to, but
It's
I mean, you
Bouphe.
guys, you took it. Welcome, Bouphe. Thank you. We haven't had a guest in a while, and
No.
we picked you, Bouphe. Or you picked us, actually. You just
picked
demanded that
you.
you be on Hat Chat, and then we said, yeah, sure, why not?
You don't get anything without asking, and I ask everybody
True.
for everything, and then you're bound to get something back.
True.
Very
So,
true.
for those that don't know, what are you, Bouphe? And how are
I
you?
am I'm a human female.
Okay.
Was born on planet Earth. I'm a retro variety Twitch streamer.
Oh,
mostly.
nice. Wow, you got that down
Yeah,
pat.
yeah. Well,
Retro
because people
variety.
ask all the time, what are you? What are you doing here?
So
that's
retro
basically the
variety
gist of that.
streaming.
Mm.
Very. What's your schedule? Is it kind of all over the place because of lockdown?
No, nothing has changed with lockdown. Everything is
Right.
absolutely as it was 2 years ago. I just feel a little bit chubbier, really.
Oh wow, don't we all? Holy crap!
And that's just because nobody's going to see me. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know what, fuck it. I'm just
I mean,
gonna,
Yeah.
just gonna
it's
have a-
just like
What's your
chest up, right,
treat of
and
choice?
waist down can be whatever. Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
like literally, like I don't have to get dressed from the waist down. So
Oh,
No, I
I mean,
haven't done
as we saw before we started, I'm in pajama bottoms. What's your treat? I mean, I've done this as well. Specifically, more over Christmas, I guess. Was like, I ate a lot of cheese.
Christmas.
Like what?
Oh,
Yeah.
What do you
cheese.
eat? Like? What do you like as a snack? Do you think that you feel like I probably shouldn't, but I am going to at the moment. You know.
I will indulge.
Well, chocolate. I gave up chocolate last year for about 6 months
Really?
or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel really good. I feel a lot better. And then now I'm just, it doesn't matter. And I also bought a 36 pack, like a box of Space Raiders. And that was gone like in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Just
What's
because
Space
I was
Raiders
like-
again?
Oh,
I
that's
forget.
some low quality.
It's like-
pickled onion ones.
it's the
Oh,
old
It was a
those.
mixed box.
Yeah, like
it was a
pickled-
mixed
pickled
box.
onion.
And
Are they pickled onion?
it was, yeah, you get
They
pickled
can be.
onion, beef,
Imagine
spicy,
you've got Monster
and
Munch,
saucy BBQ.
essentially.
Yeah. They're Monster Munch in the
because I
shape
think-
of alien faces.
Are they maize?
They're gross,
based? Are
Bouphe.
they
I
ma-
will
are they
say.
made of maize?
I hate
They're made of
those.
maize. They're great.
Oh,
I hate them
The,
so
lower,
much.
the lower quality the crisp, the better.
I
Honestly.
don't think I enjoy pickle.
What about
as
skips?
like a
What about skips?
choice
Come on,
of
guys.
crisp.
No,
Here we
skips are not a thing
No.
to me. Don't like skips.
They are like
They
polystyrene.
belong in
right?
this-
insulation. Yeah.
Are you
I
more
love
of a?
Packing foam.
So I can't have packing insulation in my house because the cats eat them. Like
Oh,
they think
okay.
that they're like flavorless Wotsits. And they're like, whoa, because they are basically
there's
the
one.
same thing. Yeah, there's one. That's
Can't
Keith.
just jump on it.
He's the
Do
one
they-
that.
do you-
And then he's gone now. He's on.
Mhm.
Oh,
How many
sound
cats?
went.
Camera
I've
shy.
got 3 cats.
No sound.
3.
You did the transition.
Oh, my bad. That's okay.
It's not worth looking at.
You have 3
Three
cats, and they're
cats.
fed on a largely on a diet of space raiders and hula
Yes.
hoops. Is that how they grow
yes.
so big
Yeah.
and strong?
Well, and I've got
grow
a
extra
stray
digits.
one coming in. Yeah, I've got a stray cat coming in at the moment as well. Been feeding him. I'm just collecting them as we go.
Just
I mean,
feed-
you
just
say
called in-
stray,
feeding stray
like,
animals.
in this country. How frequent are strays? Because you go over to other sort of countries where they have better conditions for animals to live outside all year round, and you see lots. I mean, in Thailand, we saw so many stray cats you wouldn't
Dogs.
believe. I mean, you'd have a job.
So many
If
dogs.
you
as
ever
well.
walked
Littered.
an endless animal sanctuary, go to somewhere like Thailand.
Exactly.
So do you think that there's a small chance you might be stealing this cat from another owner that perhaps hopes that a cat comes back?
Yes
you're
and
tempting it.
no, because I
Right.
know the backstory of this cat. He's got a backstory. He's got lore. All right. His
Right.
previous
Beautiful.
name was
Nice.
Lucky, and he had a family, and they moved house and they left him. So that was the irony of his name.
just left him?
I've now called him. Yeah, I've called him Giuseppe Stromboli. That's his new name.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Giuseppe.
he's been
Anything
around
for
the
short
area.
or no?
I call him
full titles?
Stinky because he smells really fucking bad. That's how I know that nobody
Right.
looks after him, because he stinks.
Oh wow.
And he's got, he hangs around. He's been around for like 5 years or so.
Will
And
you
I've-
wash
I
him
also had a-
eventually, or will you not wash him? You
Can
just
you?
not
No,
bother.
it's his
hard to wash a
teeth.
Is it a bad idea to wash cats?
His
I don't
teeth.
know.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not a bad idea to wash a cat. They don't like it though.
Yeah.
They're not
I
like
can't imagine
dogs
they
where
do.
you just like they love it. You can just get
Mochi
hose pipe
does
on a
not.
dog.
Mochi
That's
does
Just
not.
hose
I
it
think they love
down.
it.
Just chase it around the garden with a hose pipe. Where's it gonna go?
Where are they going to go?
Mochi's
It's not like they
quite
can scale
nippy.
fences like cats can.
She's
Yeah,
very
that's fine.
fast when she wants to be, and she looks so sad when I bathe Mochi, and she just turns into just a tiny stick insect,
Oh yeah,
a
That is
tiny
pretty
rat. All the fluff goes away, and she just looks like she's been through hell. Like, why would you do
I
this
have
to me?
I have to shower down Brenda occasionally because when she gets shit on herself, just put her in the bath and shower her down. And she looks really
How
sad, but
does
it is
that happen?
hilarious.
Does she get diarrhea
Do
or
they not
something?
scratch?
Yeah,
They scratch out.
Oh, bad
Yeah.
stomach.
yeah.
And then you just
And,
blast. You have to
Candace
mainly
has a-
blast her ass sort of area. Is that
Yeah,
how you have
Candace
to do it?
has a skin
Right.
condition, so I have to give her a shampoo. She doesn't mind so much. She just sits on the bathroom floor while I tip cups of water over her. She just
Oh,
smiles.
You've
at me.
got like a cat retirement home. That's what you have. And
Yeah,
ultimately,
that's
you're
it.
the carer looking after these senile old cats.
it's every woman's
have issues.
dream.
Yeah, true.
To become a cat lady.
Yeah, there goes
Wonderful.
Keith. Bye, Keith.
See you later, Keith.
Oh, there's
He's
Keith,
the one
tiny
with
little Keith in the
thumbs,
corner.
right?
Yeah, he's got thumbs and like a little bobtail. He's a mutant.
So he's got
That's
like
why I
this
like him.
mutation or something that means that he has more. He has an extra
Opposable
digit that
thumbs?
sticks out the side.
Yeah,
Is this-
he's got
paw.
six
He's
toes,
evolving.
6 digits on each foot. And all except one of his siblings had the same thing, and he's got a little curly tail as well, like it's all crooked and swirled around and stuff.
Has
but
he
it gets
tried
caught
making
and stuff.
tools, like basic
Yeah,
tools?
can he use
Or
tools?
tried
Have
to
you
start
tried?
fires?
He uses his hand to pick things up, like
Right.
he
I
uses
think-
his hand to pick
Like
up
a suitcase when he goes to work each morning.
Yeah, he's got a little bindle. He's like a little hobo. Off he goes.
I think we're witnessing like a historical moment here where we will actually get cat people, and it starts from your house with Keith.
It would. It absolutely would.
There'll be
as well.
statues made of Keith in the future when
uprising.
cats obviously make chisels and hammers when they get proper opposable thumbs and stuff. And make
I do
fun
need
of
to
stuff.
make it known.
masonry. Future
Yeah.
cats, we didn't realize that, but they'd be really into masonry.
They're really
Just
into
stacks
masonry
everywhere.
and sculpting.
I need to make it known he is an absolute bastard. All right, for the record,
of
he's
course,
not
yeah.
a nice.
Right.
He is not a nice man. He's not kind.
Oh, really?
He does not.
History
he
favors
bites
the
me.
winners,
Him and
Bouphe.
stuff.
We're all going to be dead by then. The cat people will kill us, and this will all be
True.
wiped from history. So
Well, the only memories of
try
us
your
will be
might.
in stone.
Whoa.
Did you see?
Relief.
Did you see
Yes, I
that?
did.
He jumped onto the
what a leap!
onto the cat tower. So
That's
I
impressive.
actually have a webcam focused on his bed. I bet I can change it over.
This would be
to-
quite.
Oh yeah, you bet with
Hang
vMix.
on.
Here we go. It's the smoothest.
This
You
is-
bet.
Here we go.
It's going to
Oh, I
work.
don't
Is
think
it
it's
gonna happen?
not even plugged in. I unplugged it because I was scared that the camera wouldn't work. Let's see if I can change it over though.
This is if you're
Very
not
watching.
watching right now and you're listening, that you're missing out. We're going to have to do an audio description of what we
Yeah.
see.
Does this work? Oh, I think
No.
it says
It's gonna be
it wants to reconnect
Ah,
because of that. I'm
Oh, I
worried. I'm
see.
too
There you
scared.
go. That is-
I'm too scared to
Yeah.
mess that because it
That's
took
not.
too long.
That's not.
Do your
Well, we
cats
can
fight
imagine
each
it. in
other,
our
or are they
minds.
okay? Are they,
He
are they
fights-
kind to each
he-
other? They cozy up.
He chases Candace around a lot because he wants to bite her ass.
Nice.
about
Specifically.
it.
To bite her arse.
Yeah.
did you
That's
say?
about it. Oh, that's
He
all right
chases
then.
her around just
I've
snapping
heard
at
horror
her.
stories from
And
Lydia about her cats.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like they're pretty good.
And
though. They're used
Columbo,
to
is it?
Yeah, Columbo is amazing. Chocolumbo, as I call him, because he's a little chocolate man.
Oh.
And but they're,
What makes him a chocolate
they're pretty
man?
good. What could... I mean, have you seen him? He's like this chocolate colour.
No.
Covered in shit.
Right.
Yeah, he's covered in
All the
shit.
time.
Well, no, that's Hastings and Pam. They fucking covered in shit. They're great cats, honestly.
So you're a
shittier
cat
the
lady
better.
retro variety streamer. This is
Oh,
basically
yeah.
the summary we're getting
This
at.
was just my
The profile, we're
introduction as
building
well.
this
Yeah.
This is
profile,
just-
Yeah, this was it. This
Pretty
was
good.
it.
10 minutes of
Sweet.
intro. Not bad. I'm
I
impressed.
no longer have chickens either, by the way.
Oh no, what happened to chickens?
They finally succumbed to
Chlamydia.
the rampant chlamydia.
They did. Well, I think one of them did actually. He's dead.
Oh.
The rooster's dead. Yeah.
Oh,
So the
no.
neighbors complained. The neighbors complained about his crowing, and I put out a frantic tweet saying, "Does anybody need some chickens? Can anybody
I
take
remember.
a rooster and a chicken?" And I have a friend who I'd never met before. I just followed her because I liked her profile picture, which was a cat with one eye.
Good way to follow
And-
someone, yeah.
Okay.
Good reason.
Yeah, and I drove. This was last March, so we were in lockdown. Please don't tell the police.
dear.
Say I was going
dear.
for like an eye test or something.
You illegal chicken
instead.
trafficking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
I
illegal
drove.
chicken traffic.
I drove to the Lake District to drop off these chickens, and like she took them in, and they were really happy. And then boy chicken just died, but girl chicken, she's still kicking.
Thriving.
Well, didn't
She's
die like
thriving.
there and then, right? As soon as you dropped him off, like,
No.
nah, I'm out.
He made it a few months. He was. I think
Okay.
he got too hot in the summer.
It's not the right
Um,
climate.
Right.
She's got
Oh.
two.
You
She's
sure
got
they
two
weren't
other
just
chickens
hungry?
now as well. He wouldn't have much
don't
meat
know.
on him. He was tiny. He was a tiny little
Oh,
man.
really? Okay.
He was a
Oh.
little bantam.
Are you likely to get
Oh,
more? Is
Baltimore.
this like a lesson learned?
100%
You are-
more chickens.
Oh, you're going to get more.
as many chickens as I can find. As many chickens
To
as I can
spite your
fit in my
neighbours.
coat in the supermarket. I'm going
Right.
putting.
We're thinking of getting chickens. We got the garden
Yeah?
space. It's just I know
really
whatever
nice.
section of garden you assign those chickens is going to turn into a mud fest, and you
Yes.
just basically write off that area. I've had chickens before in the past. They got torn to shreds by foxes, so that's quite traumatic for
happens.
me. And I've got that on my conscience, getting chickens in the future, knowing that foxes do actually go through our garden right now. So maybe it's irresponsible to
Yeah.
get one. I don't know.
You can.
I don't know. It depends if you care about the foxes. You might be feeding the foxes, and therefore that's what you're actually looking
I'll just
after.
keep topping them up. Like, more chickens
Yeah.
for the foxes.
Fresh
There
meat,
was that-
guys.
It's like a story I read on Reddit where there was this guy saying, "Oh, the coyotes keep getting my outdoor cats, and I just go to the rescue and get a new one." He was like, "How many cats have
Oh.
you had?" He was like, "Well, about 5 or 6." He was like, "At this point, you're just feeding the coyotes."
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there's a
you
point.
can-
Horrifying.
You can build a chicken coop that foxes can't get into as easily. Like sink
Okay.
it down,
Alcatraz.
make sure that Alcatraz, the
Alcatraz.
chickens can't get out. Nothing
Yeah.
gets out. Nothing
Chickens
gets
can't
in.
get out. We can't get in.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something that I could get. That's a summer project. We'll think about it.
Yeah,
It's a whole life of responsible. How long do chickens live for, on average?
they can live like 10, 15 years if you look.
That's
after
too
them,
long. I don't know if I got that commitment in me. I'll be
Parrots
honest.
live
That's a long time.
30
And also-
years.
I'll open the door. Foxes.
When you have chickens,
Sort them out.
do you feel like you don't want to eat chicken if you have a chicken because of you feel like, oh god, these are the guys I'm looking after.
Oh,
I
hell
don't
no.
eat
in front of
these.
them.
Or do you just feel
I
like
was-
I'm just going to go grab some?
I was
a
like, I
roast
really
chicken and
fancy a
that's
chicken
fine.
sandwich. I'm gonna go
Oh
and.
dear. Okay.
I'll go check on the
How many
chickens
chickens
while I
are there?
Talking
chow
directly
down.
to the chicken.
They don't care. I'm like, look, I'm eating you. And they're just like, "Eh."
Well, it's not really
You go
about
out
them. It's
with-
more about the. I guess. Do you like? Are you bothered because you've been raising them? But I mean, because I'm not going to eat a dog. That's for sure. Just throwing that out there.
You sure about
You
that?
don't. Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
You're missing out.
I feel
Dogs
like
are
I might be
Just
missing out.
what? Send back. No, we'll send back that order of dog burgers we got for Ross's big birthday
Yeah,
barbecue.
big birthday
Please,
treat.
Send them back. I'm not going to eat them. Feed them to
You
someone else.
refuse.
Oh, we ordered dog burgers special. You can't.
Come on, it's
sue
your
us,
birthday.
folks.
Well, you hate what we got for your birthday, Smith. It's an array of lizards.
Big
God.
hot dog. There's actually
Or
a really
kebab
funny
sticks.
photo going around of a person that's put like a bearded dragon in a bun, and like made them into a hot. It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've
It's
actually
funny.
I've tried crocodile. I've tried crocodile before,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's not nice. So I
Your
can't
challenge
imagine
is
lizard
it?
is particularly nice.
Your challenge is you've got a tray of chicken nuggets, and you've got to find out which one is a gecko's head. They all look like chicken nuggets.
They do.
Do they
Randy's
actually?
head does look like a chicken nugget. It does.
They
I
all
mean,
look like
it's
little
true.
chicken nuggets. Like,
Yeah,
can't
he's
tell the
got a little
difference.
chicken nugget head. But yeah, no,
It's
I
roulette.
think lizard flesh is kind of like this sort of weird combination between sort of pork and fish. So it's sort of got this kind
And
of
chewy, right?
kind of gross, kind of yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I mean,
Very
I have to
gamey.
say the crocodile was bad. So I don't think I'd be looking to eat
Yeah.
the lizard soon. But you know, who knows? Food runs out.
Well, May's just around the corner, Smith. So your
Yeah.
birthday's
Yeah.
coming up. Who knows what we got in store
Would you rather
for you?
eat
And that's
a bat or a lizard?
I'd avoid bats at the moment, I think.
That's
What
a
do you mean
hard
at the
question.
moment?
Yeah?
Probably.
As soon as things
Bat.
calm
I
down,
think bat.
though, I'm back
Yeah,
on the
but-
bat.
Yeah.
I'll try the
When
cat.
they're-
yeah.
I like bats a lot, actually.
That's the
as
annoying thing
well,
about the
so-
pandemic. No bats.
Yeah,
No
you
bats
said-
left in the
the
supermarket.
supply's been
Uh,
cut off.
This is like mad cow disease all over again.
Oh,
What do you mean I
bats are
can't order a
frustrating.
bat at a McDonald's drive-through?
Do you remember the whole thing with it was at Tesco putting like horse mince in the lasagna?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean,
Was it Lidl
Findus.
or
Really?
Aldi?
You
European
remember that?
suppliers.
Yeah.
Nothing
somehow,
wrong with
somewhere-
horse.
Mm.
It wasn't necessarily. Well, I
Well,
mean,
the meat.
people did eat horse. Yeah.
Well, it's just
it
that
wasn't
Yeah,
necessarily
I've-
that Tesco were choosing to do it. It was that somewhere
Yeah.
along the line, the supply chain for minced meat was being supplemented with minced horse, and so it contaminated.
Without the
Um,
supplier's knowledge, yeah.
dispensers.
I guess
Yeah,
if someone
but,
says to you, "Here's some chicken," and they're feeding
Mm.
you something else, you're going to be
Human.
more upset
Yeah.
than if they said, "Here's some human," and you go, "Thank you very much, sir." It's like
Yes.
in Gran Canaria,
You'd
they
probably want to
said,
ask where the human came from. Was it natural causes?
"Well, where they came." You're not being xenophobic
Like, where do they
against
get
where
human
you
meat
get your.
from? Is my question.
You
Yeah.
need to slaughter them fresh, though. You
nationality
can't,
is this
you
meat?
can't wait until they expire, because that's bad meat.
Not having the Irish human, I've got to have the Austrian.
Is this
human.
British and Irish mince?
Is it local? Local.
Is it local?
Has it travelled?
yeah.
I used to be a manager of this store, actually. Oh my!
I've got a promotion. Well, I don't think I'll be eating human or bat or anything like that anytime
No?
soon.
Oh no!
Unfortunately,
You don't
no.
know that though, do you?
So,
No, no one knows.
changing the
You're saying
subject
that,
sligely
but-
away from eating
Okay.
strange meats. Bouphe, do you
Nice.
have anything you wish to talk about to let off? You know, this is you got a safe
Confession
space
time.
here. You got 3 friends that can help and do anything, you know,
I
to
heard the
assist.
pause after friends. Well, I mean, this is the thing. I was put on the spot this morning. You said, "Have you got something to talk about?"
Mm.
I haven't had anything to talk about ever. Like you guys
What do you
just
do
kind
on
of wing
stream?
it.
Yeah, we always wing it.
literally just wing it. I mean, the other day on stream, I was going around on Google Maps showing people where I used to live in Yorkshire, because I
Nice.
was trying to find a cave, like the place where I used to visit. And it was like just like some caves near Harrogate.
Was it the place where you were conceived?
I
Here it is,
don't
this
know.
is
Born in
the
these
cave
caves.
I've
opening.
never actually asked my parents. You know, where was
That's
it?
a good point. I mean, has anyone asked their parents here?
No.
Where
There's
was
some
I
people
conceived?
that definitely know.
I don't really want.
Mum,
I don't really
quick
care.
question.
I suppose. I
I
don't
don't
care
really
enough
care.
to want to know
care.
that information.
It's not common knowledge,
Also,
is
just
it?
yeah, it's the extra kind of like, well, don't put that image in my head, please.
Is
No,
it
Mum,
better
don't
answer
tell
to
me.
say,
No,
I don't know, we
not
were
the car.
fucking just constantly. Like, I could not place the exact date.
Yeah,
and
that's
time.
it. There you go. That's you don't want to
Yeah.
unravel that thread.
So, talking about
Well, we were just
Yorkshire
doing it so often.
and being younger, right? Being
Yeah.
a bit younger, because you're about our age.
Yeah.
I watched an interesting video this morning on Reddit of pre 9/11 documentary, which is like this guy walking around their campus. It's like, oh look, no one's got mobile phones, and everyone's just like chatting to each other, and they're using pieces of paper, and like, what a weird time, and everyone's so happy before terrorism struck. And so I was wondering if there was any memories of being younger or any funny memories, because also me and Smith talked about how we've done some really stupid things as a kid.
I've
Do you
also
have
done
any
some fairly
really
stupid
reckless-
things as a kid.
what's the most
Guilty
stupid
memories.
thing you've done as a kid?
What's the most dangerous thing you've ever done, Bouphe?
If it's a crime,
Oh,
you don't have to
God.
say it.
Give us a
Maybe
crime.
say it was a friend.
I
Give
don't
us
know.
something
I drove
indictable.
a tractor.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
Right.
tractors were
They're
a
pretty
thing
fun.
that you could just go on as
Yeah.
as
You
a
could
kid
just
in
find.
Yorkshire. It was just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I don't think I did anything particularly dangerous though. Like
You were good
it was-
person. Were you a good kid?
yeah, I was pretty good, and it was just like your parents just let you run free on the moors, sort of thing. So it was all just a bit of a laugh.
See, now I'm sus. When someone says, I was a good kid, that means you've done really horrible things that you're not even willing to admit. So
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of
I think you-
scared.
Do you ever just get It was just like you're terrified as a kid to do anything wrong. Like I had detention
Yeah.
once as a kid, and it was because I
think
didn't do my
Same,
homework.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
I fell
like,
into a
I
bad
was-
crowd with Alex Smith, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I was a really good kid, and then that social circle made me do horrible things, like mostly in our underwear, stealing political signs
Yeah.
and swapping them around, swapping conservatives for liberal Democrat signs. Unbelievable.
Can you
stuff,
imagine their
really.
faces when they came
Can you
out and gone,
imagine?
I don't believe in that.
But it was very much similar, like tractors. I lived near a farm,
Yeah.
so I rode a few tractors in my time. A lot of
Oh, yeah.
cows, a lot of cow pats, jumping on cow pats.
Yeah,
Jumped on cow pats. That was.
Yeah, they're like
If anything, just a
mines.
self-own.
Well, it's
Oh,
like
no,
a.
it's all
Oh,
over my
is it?
shoes and my
It's
You
covered
don't
in
know
cow
if they're
shit.
fully dried out or not, so that's the risk. Is like, go on, do it,
Oh.
stand on.
there wasn't
know
a
if it's
lot to
hollow.
do before the
The
internet.
real gamble. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so
We already
Yeah, so,
Making the old-
what Trott's
older
describing
pants
there
look
is when
shit.
he lived as a savage in a field, and then I came along and
yeah.
I found
Came along
Trott
making his
jumping
homemade
cow
napalm.
pats in the field and said, "You there, boy? You there? Why are you jumping on cow
you
pats?"
cretin,
Yeah.
But
There was always the risk.
wild hair,
There was
covered in
always the
shit.
risk that the farmer had a shotgun. Like that was the risky thing. Like
Oh,
you know,
our farm.
But no.
The farm was our neighbor, and so we were like friends with the family. So I got away with messing about on their fields a lot. So
I heard
Became
that a lot
a
around where I
cannibal.
lived as well. That's quite interesting. Do you think there's many farmers that are going out shooting kids in their fields? Does that occur often? Have you read that story? I don't think I've only heard.
if
like,
anyone
maybe
actually
one
goes
or-
through
once or
with it,
twice.
that's what we want to know.
But I guess they drill
Beyond
it
the
into you
threat.
to get the hell off their farm.
yeah. I mean
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you have the opportunity to scare the shit out of a kid, do it because
Fire a
it's
shotgun
going to
into the
make
air.
their life. Yeah, it's going
Kids don't think rationally. They're not like, you're not going to do it. Go on then.
I mean,
I've looked
My
up local
parents-
news and that's never happened here.
they lied to me so much just for fun, right? That's what parents do. It was like they said,
Yeah.
"Oh, there was a mansion at the top of the road, like on the moors, and it was where the Mr. Morrison of Morrison's supermarket fame lived."
Wow. You
and
live
we used to
near
go to-
Mr.
wow.
Morrison.
The
And
Mr. Morrison.
We
Oh,
would
right.
go to garden parties, and his wife gave me a Michaelmas daisy because she thought I was very cute back then.
What is
So that's
that,
my claim to
out of
fame.
interest?
What's that? What's
Purple
yeah.
daisy. It's just a purple flower.
Oh, nice.
And,
Oh.
Nice.
and they had two big lions on the gates, and,
Wow.
and my parents said, "Those come to life at night. Maybe someday we'll drive down here at night and you can see them come to life." And I was like, "Yes, let's do that. Awesome." My dad also told me there was a man that lived in the flannel to wash your face with.
Sorry.
So I was terrified of a
My
flannel.
God.
Where does that
The
come
man.
from? That's quite a
He was
creative,
just
like.
fucking-
Yeah.
Like, he was the most sarcastic. I don't know whether he wanted kids, to be honest.
Yeah.
He was just everything
terrifying you
was
with
just
household
a
objects.
lie. Yeah.
See, I find the tooth.
Go eat
I
bourbons.
was,
The killers in
suspicious
there.
about the
in the
tooth fairy.
cream.
you know,
I'm
I
suspicious
had to
about the
test
tooth
the
fairy.
theory of the tooth fairy, where they're like, oh yeah,
Oh.
if you leave your teeth under your pillow. But obviously, I didn't tell anyone, so I put them under the pillow, and they were just there the next day. And I was just like, well, this bullshit. I immediately debunked.
How old were you?
Busted. I don't know,
He was
maybe
18.
6,
They weren't his teeth.
7. I was 32. It was last year.
Wait, I can cash
Little
in on this
teeth.
if I get other people's teeth and put them under my pillow. I can get loads of
Yeah,
money.
I'm going around stealing everyone's teeth. Give me yours. I want another quid.
So you were scared of flannels as a kid. Terrified of lion. Actually, no, you were excited about lions
I
coming
was
to life,
excited
like
about that.
gargoyles.
Yeah,
Any other?
that was a really cool one.
So you've never done anything naughty. You've had
I've
detention
tried
once.
to. Yeah.
Have you ever been in
I'm-
prison, Bouphe? Be
Yeah.
honest.
Have you been in
Uh,
prison?
Have you committed any
Not
crimes?
recently.
Treason?
Does pirating movies
Trees.
count as
It is a crime.
treason?
We've got her.
Anyone
She's
in our
done it. She's
generation
admitted it
has.
online.
We've all been on Kazaa. We've all been on
Soul,
Huzzah.
Soulseek was
Oh
the
my
one
God,
that I
LimeWire.
did. Yeah.
Soul.
I
Soul
was
The
a
what?
LimeWire?
Soulseek. Soulseek.
I didn't have
That's
that.
just
That's
another.
a
That sounds like a
torrenting.
dating app. Soulseek.
Does
That's
sound
just
like a
peer to
dating
peer. Peer to
I've
peer.
okay.
never heard of that, and trust me, I've heard of. I was big into that kind of. This sounds really.
Sorry, is there
weird.
anything you'd
I
like
was
to
using
say,
that
Smith?
time as well.
You like to admit
Morpheus,
to, or-
Kazaa, LimeWire,
Morpheus. Oh my God.
Napster.
Yeah.
I've not heard of Soulseek.
Soulseek is
so
still
there you
going
go.
apparently as well, which is amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean,
I
remember
there's
that,
nothing
like-
It could also
inherently
be
illegal
porn, I
about
don't know.
P2P sharing. It's just
Oh, it's fine. Like I
what everyone
released
used it
one
for.
of my. Yeah, I released one of my albums on I was just like, here, torrent it. I don't care.
Tell us
Alright,
about
alright.
your music, actually, because
Oh,
you've got a past. I've seen a picture or two of you being on
do.
stage. So
Oh, yeah,
how did
yeah.
that happen? What happened?
You know when you think that you're gonna be famous, and so you
Right.
just do like I don't know, man. I listened to chiptune and I was like, I can do that. That's well easy.
Get some Game
And
Boys
I did
together.
that.
hmm
Literally Ableton and just like import some MIDI
Oh, I
files and
see.
just
Yeah.
change the instruments.
Gotcha.
And that was how I got started in that. And then I was like, all right, I want to do hip hop now. I want to do electro. And I just kept doing stuff.
Nice.
And then it was like, I've got mates that run venues and do gigs and that. And
You
I never
pulled in
did
your
anything that-
contacts.
yeah, I never did anything. I played bass for like when I was younger, but I never did any gigs with that. I was too scared, too shy to.
But you
do that.
ended
They
up on
kept telling me to
stage
turn it up
at one point.
Oh, yeah.
So how did that come about?
a few times, because I did rap. I rapped a lot.
You were a
And
rapper.
Now,
I
was
am
it like?
I need to hear this.
It was like Uffy.
I don't know who that is. Wish I could help.
Oh,
Uffy.
I wish I
Uffy.
could help.
Is that
Yeah.
a person or a genre?
Yeah, Uffy.
American French singer,
Oh, okay.
She did,
songwriter.
She did.
She looks
the
pretty
similar
badass.
sort of thing. And that was like, I was like, oh, I'm so inspired and shit. And then, I mean, it's just like that. You just say, oh, can I do a gig? I was like, so that was that. It's great. I fell out of doing it a bit, but I'm starting up again. I got this really weird MIDI keyboard. It's super. I think I told Ross about it at some point.
I think you
It's called
mentioned various synths you've got as well, which I'm jealous
A
of.
Rolly,
I love
a Rolly
Fun.
C board, and it's like
the synth.
it's-
Oh,
the surface
I've seen
is
that.
like jelly almost.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And it's like
I know the
really weird. Yeah.
one. Yeah.
because
Um, so I've been using
it modulates
using that with
based on like
MPC.
how hard you're pressing and whether you're like sliding it down
Mm.
and
So
yeah,
you
it's
can
Oh, yeah, I'm
pitch
just looking
bend
at it
by
now.
using your you can
Looks
pitch
really
bend
cool.
using like just like underneath, and you slide your fingers up and move it around.
They
and
look like
stuff.
somebody vacuum packed a keyboard,
yeah, it looks a bit like that.
right?
Yeah.
Like
It's way better than the.
You know,
they
like
got
a
like
digital
keys,
theremin.
but then they've
Keyboard
got like it looks really interesting.
so
So
getting back
I do
into
have
it.
a theremin as well that I'm trying to.
Oh, you
trying
do.
to get-
Nice.
Yeah. I've
Hard to
got a
incorporate
theremin.
that
Give us an
into
example. Is it set
music.
up anywhere or
Yes.
not?
It's not
Can we
set up
get-
like
can we
I
hear?
tried to put it on my desk, but because my desk's got
Mm.
so much metal in it and on it, like it goes mental. So you have to be
Right.
in a room away from metal. I need a
see.
stand that's like plastic and stuff. But they're really cool.
Have
Are
you
there
done
many
anything beyond
artists
the?
that use theremins? I guess the main song that everyone knows is the Doctor Who theme, right? That's
Yep.
that's a theremin. and
Yeah.
that's what everyone kind of references. But is there like any major artist that uses it in their work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, at least like the stuff I listen to does, but that's because it's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
You've got a niche
like-
there for sure.
Do you have a bit of a niche? Like
If you break
I
out
think
into
I'm
the big
sure
leagues.
Stereolab. I'm sure Stereolab used a.
Stereolabs are great. I love Stereolabs. They got such a good sound.
It's just singular, Trot.
Stereo lamp.
Oof.
Oh, I thought it was stereo lamps.
Ouch.
No,
Oh,
there's a
he
band
loves
called
it.
Stereolab.
Not a true fan. Not a true fan.
Maybe I
It's
like
not
the other
every
one
fan.
then.
I
I
know.
need to buy some merch, Trot, to make up for it now.
I'm sure. My hamster ate my Stereolab merch. He chewed holes in it. I was really sad.
Why is your hamster in close enough proximity to? Like, how do you live? Did you store the jumper in a hamster cage? What was the situation here?
No, he
hamster
got out.
destroy your band
He
merch?
escaped.
He got out.
Yeah, he used to like chew on the cage door and swing it open and get out. He chewed a hole in the carpet, got into the wardrobe, chewed up a pillowcase and my Stereolab t-shirt, went downstairs, got into the wall cavity through the gas tap. You know, like there's like a handle that turns the gas off in a flat.
Yeah.
And it's like he got into the wall cavity. I got a phone call off my dad at 1 a.m. saying, "Sophie, you need to come home. Your hamster's escaped."
Sophie, you need to come home.
Come home, yeah, hamster's escaped and he's
Were
chewing
you
in
at
the wall.
your latest theremin? You were at your theremin show.
Yeah.
I was. And I was like, but father, it's just
crazy
1
scenario
a.m.
going on. Sorry, guys, I've got to go.
Theremin is
Gotta
popping
go home.
off.
My hamster's eating all of my clothes. I've got to get back
Hamster's the
before I get
worst,
back. There's just
man.
none of my clothes left. It's just all bedding now.
It's
kind of
just
I
hamster?
all
can't recommend
bedding.
a hamster to anyone. I do not want hamsters ever again. Jesus.
He was fucking amazing. I loved him. He
No,
was
it
just a
is
Syrian,
Stereolab.
like a Syrian hamster. He was all sort of like a browny grey. He was quite big. His name was Onesie because he looked like he was wearing a little onesie. He looked like a tiny little bear.
Syrian hamster.
He was great.
Is that the really small ones, or is that the one? Like, how big was yours?
I
'Cause
don't know.
I had
He was
Russian
was
hamsters, I think,
about
and they were tiny, and they ended
Yeah,
up
the
kind
Russian
of
dwarf
they couldn't
hamster.
sex them properly.
Mm.
Yeah, and they couldn't sex them properly, so they ended up accidentally putting them
You're not
mixing
meant to have sex
male
with
and
them,
female.
I can't
I
say
know, I
it's
tried
too
so
small.
hard, but they're so
sex them
goddamn
properly.
small.
I can't
I
get my
know,
dick
even
in
as a
it.
child, it was small for me. But no, at the time, I was just like,
Oh my
well,
god.
so we put them in the same cage together. They bred, and then they ended up eating the babies, basically, and it was awful.
They do.
Some of the babies lived, and then they ate those ones, and then the babies that lived past that tried to
they
eat
do
the.
that,
It was a massacre. It was awful,
They look
horrible.
like
It was
this.
like
Smaller than this one.
that. He did look like
Mine
that.
was smaller than this one. Never.
Look at him,
My
he's a
my hamsters
beautiful
were
little
from hell.
man.
Yeah, I had the same.
Oh,
as
and
Ross.
my
I
little
had a
brother
Russian dwarf hamster.
squozed one to death.
Squozed.
Squozed.
That's so fucked up. That's
I
so
know,
fucked up.
not intentionally. Not intentionally. It was
They're just
wriggling, and he thought, "Well, I'll stop it
very
wriggling by
small.
holding it tighter." And he's like, "Well, no, it's not moving anymore." And then the blood came out of his mouth, and Mum was like, "Well, you've just killed it. You've just killed your hamster." And that was rough. So never again.
That's
Hamsters are a no
horrible.
for me. I don't recommend them to anyone. Your hamster looks nice,
He was lovely.
and they also got into the walls as well. They managed to crawl into the crawl space as well. One
They
escaped,
do get like.
and we were like, "Oh, one of them's gone. Where is it gone?" I think it's in the walls.
Once
I
he
can hear
also
it.
ate
Then
the
it died at some point.
the power cord to the fridge. He did eat that.
Oh,
He
jeez.
ate some.
How long
curtains.
is this hamster out for? How many more things has he eaten?
Loose.
I
what
let
was
him
it,
run
a good-
around.
Good 6 months campaign of destruction. This hamster moving up
They
and down your house.
They just love to run. So I was like, all right, off you go. Off you go, mate.
They are a
I had
naturally
two
roaming
cats at the
species.
time. Yeah, I had two cats at
Yeah.
the time,
Should've
and one
got
of them
guinea
was
pig.
just really, really chill. I did have a guinea pig and a rabbit at one point as well. They were
I had
brilliant.
a lion-maned.
Which of
guinea
those do you
pig.
prefer, though?
Incredible.
Where's
Guinea
if
pig.
hamster, guinea pig is number one. Then it
Guinea
goes rabbit.
pigs are amazing. No, rabbits.
Oh, okay.
My first rabbit was an asshole. He growled and bit
I had
everybody.
asshole rabbits as well. Yeah.
And then he pissed up the patio doors. Like it was just piss all the time.
Oh,
Sweet.
your
Had
to get
rabbit
new
pissed on the patio doors.
Yeah.
Really?
And he kept trying
Mine
to
burrowed
hump
under
the
into
guinea
the
pig.
foundations.
Yeah, he dug himself under the shed and died. That's,
What? Hold
Oh,
on.
we
what?
died
though,
Jesus.
Your rabbit dug into the foundations of your house.
So
They're running
yeah,
rampant
years
in
ago-
your family.
Years ago,
home.
we had 3
Nuts.
rabbits.
Hamsters everywhere.
One was called Scampy. One was called Thumper. I can't remember the name of the
Classics.
other one. But
Thumper.
they were in a pen on the back of our house, and they decided to burrow all together. It was a team effort under the foundations, and my dad was like furious, so he sent him away to a friend who has a farm, and one of them got mauled by a dog.
Yes, of course.
So
They
the
went to a
downside of
farm.
that. The other two lived very long, happy lives. Unfortunately, I think it was my one that got mauled. So there you go. Maybe it's a sign. I don't know what
Maybe.
that sign is.
I've had
Don't
a
own
lot of
rabbits.
pets
That's
over
for my
the
sign.
Yeah,
I think
I've
rabbits
had
do
two
make quite bad pets.
Rabbits
Your
are the
budgies as well.
worst.
Bloody hell, Bouphe, you've gone through them, haven't you?
Budgies,
one of my
rabbits, guinea pigs.
My budgie just died. He just fell off his perch, and then
Did
my
you leave
mum
the
was
room immediately
taking the cage.
because
No, we took the cover off him in the morning, and the other budgie was like standing at the back of the cage, terrified of this corpse.
Oh.
I didn't
was
do
really
it!
sad.
oh,
I didn't do nothing. Bryony's
me.
bunnies are sweet, but I don't connect to them in the same way. I think it depends on like, you
doesn't
know,
she have
like
a whole room dedicated to bunnies in her house, which
She
is
does,
so
yes.
lavish and excessive that that's amazing, really, to have a room dedicated to
It's-
rabbits running around.
yeah. And she's also got a hamster now called Squeak.
Is it in
She's
there with
really
them?
cute. No, she lives in a little cage in the bedroom.
No, it's in the walls,
but-
probably. Let's be honest.
It's in the walls now. You
Burrowed
know.
down.
Stethoscope to the wall. Yeah, definitely. Oh, here it is.
I'm just, yeah, there he is. Like, hamsters are great. But they're more like accessories of rodents. I think they're like.
I
can't
think
really
the
connect to
not the only exception, but the exception I've heard to that is that rats can actually be quite
Rats are amazing.
interesting and complicated
pretty
little
smart.
creatures.
Yeah.
I feel like you could handle them
yeah,
more
Clever.
as
Very
well.
clever kid.
Yeah, they're just a bit more clever. Yeah, they're clever enough to sort of appreciate what's going on, whilst sometimes rabbits can be a little bit too nervous, I think, to really engage with physical contact without being scared, I suppose. And I had rabbits. Well, not I didn't have multiple rabbits. I had a rabbit when I was a kid, and yeah, it was just quite unremarkable,
Same.
really. To
We had a lot of
have a
rabbits.
rabbit, it's just a bit like.
I don't think they were treated very well in terms of they were just in their little rabbit hutches, and I think that's all. My parents knew how to look up. Well, that's just what you expect, I assume. It's like you get the rabbit hutch, you put the rabbit in it, give it a bit of straw, and then feed it some carrots, right? That's how rabbits
The
exist.
clean-out
It's
process
easy.
is so disgusting. Oh man,
Yeah, they
you
stink.
don't want to mistake those bad boys for Nesquik.
Chicken cleanup is worse than rabbit cleanup.
Oh,
But
Yeah, I've
it's
heard.
similar sort of thing. Just tip it all out just sweep it out, disinfect.
Yeah.
You're good to go, really.
Do they do it in a certain area or just wherever the hell they like?
Chickens will they don't care. But rabbits
Why
you
would
can
they?
litter train. Yeah, you can litter train rabbits. So they
that's
can go
good.
in like a little. I used to have a canary too, I just remembered.
Oh
I
man,
rescued that one. Yeah, I've had a lot of pets.
You have
Who've all met
of all
interesting
varieties.
devices.
Are there any that
Yeah.
you wish you had or that you are longing to get?
I've never had a dog, and I thought I wanted a dog. I was convinced I wanted a dog, and then I had to look after a dog for a fortnight recently when my friend was in the ICU with COVID, and I decided no, not having that, not having a dog. It stinks. Fuck, it stinks.
stinks.
Well,
What kind of dog was it?
Yeah, it was a Yorkshire Terrier, and
Oh,
it just sat there farting, and its breath was really bad,
The
and
farts are the
it was
worst.
it didn't want to be away from me, and I was like,
dogs are very
cats are
snuggly.
really independent, and
Yeah.
Charlie was he would drag me places, like he knew where he wanted to go for a walk, and it wasn't far, luckily. So I was like, all right, this is cool, I can deal with this. But I was bitten in the face by a Yorkshire Terrier when I was 3, so I've already
God.
got a thing against
You were
Yorkshire
facing a
Terriers.
fear.
Yeah.
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 It's
Damn,
like
all right.
living with a bloke as someone else. It's like living with men is just like having a dog.
We smell, we
but,
fart,
like,
Stinky.
can't keep
Stinky.
away.
Stinky. And he did just piss all over the floor as well. So like I would take him
It might just
outside
be
and I'd be
because
like,
he's nude. Yeah.
yeah, I would take him outside and I was like, all right, you can do your business. He'd go, I'd put down like puppy pads just in case, and he would go out of his way to find where I didn't put it and then look
Oh.
at me like, you
What about the
bastard.
cats though? Did the cats get on with the dog okay? They weren't too bothered, or he wasn't bothered by
Brenda.
them?
Brenda loves dogs. She was washing him. She was purring. She was curled up with him.
Oh,
Candice
that's
Marie
good.
kept bopping him on the face, and he was
Stay
like
away.
getting all fucking. Come on then. They were having a fight.
Classic
Keith
bloke
just
again,
doesn't
just like a
care.
bloke.
Yeah, he was like, come on in, I'll fucking take you. And Keith does not care. He was like, I just don't want to be involved, really.
I
But
think I want to get a cat at some point, but I do dread like just ending up with a cat that hates Mochi or Mochi doesn't get on with the cat. So there is that fear. So I'm thinking of getting a cat that's like a dog.
It's probably a trial period in terms
Yeah.
of depends on where you rescue it from or whatever. But sometimes
Yeah.
they're like, well, if it doesn't work with your home, they can take it back. So
A lot of the times they
See
won't
what
let you take one in if there is a dog.
oh right,
kittens are very adaptable. You can,
Yeah.
but
Get
like
them while
if you
they're
get a
young.
kitten, then they're usually just like, oh, this is fucking cool. Great.
Well, if you
big
end
toy.
up with a kitten and you don't want to
Send
take
it
them on
your way.
board, just pass it my way.
Send it.
Thank
Literally, that's how I've ended up with
it's
so
only a
many
5-minute drive in
cats.
it up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
5 minute
far.
Whip it down.
I mean,
Just whip it down. 5 hours, is it?
yeah,
Oh,
it's only
from
well, it's
Blackpool.
3.5, 4 hours that drive.
Yeah.
But I rescued like my neighbour's cat. She was like, "Oh, I don't want my cat anymore," and I was like, "I'll have it." Took it in.
Jeez.
I was like, "Right, Mum, I've got a cat. Do you want it?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she drove 3 hours to Blackpool, picked it up, and took it home. And she's
Fair
well
play.
happy with it now.
Yeah,
My
well,
sister
3
found a
hours not
kitten
too
at the
bad.
pub. Now he's really fucking happy. You know, just like
Nice.
So
this is how you
Is-
train cats. They turn up.
the north is like Thailand for stray cats, is what you're trying to say. There are just cats
Yeah.
everywhere, waiting to be picked
That was
up.
the message.
and
from us,
rescued.
yes.
There was a stray cat called Ernie. He would, well, I called him Ernie. I didn't know his real name, but he was a wanderer, and I've managed to get him to the vets, and somebody adopted him. But Stinky, Giuseppe Stromboli, he's too shy. He's really scared of people, so it's going to take a while. But he's
Mm,
lovely. Big boy cat.
big boy cat.
Big boy cat.
Would you recommend ragdolls or cats that are,
Ooh.
famously known for being more dog-like,
Yes.
dog-esque, as in cuddly and attentive in that way?
God, can you imagine Mochi with a Maine Coon? Because those things can go.
It'll be
so
bigger than
huge.
her, I think.
Yeah, that'd be really,
big,
really
yeah.
good fun.
They're huge.
Maybe that's the way to keep the balance of power, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Just get a
Keep
really,
Mochi in
really
her
big
so the
place.
cat doesn't feel overwhelmed because the cat is literally bigger than the dog. Just like, well, I'm not worried about this. You want to
Mochi's in
go?
a perpetual
You want to
state
go,
of
bro? And Mochi's
fear.
there like,
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
but I mean,
never
I
have.
think it's just better to rescue a cat or a dog, I guess, because there
Yeah.
are so many that need it, that would be so grateful to have a house, and they just get on with dogs anyway. So, like,
I hope so.
I mean, I used to really want to buy like a Persian or an exotic short hair and stuff, and then it's just like, well, there are cats are cats. They're all pretty chill.
Cat is a
So-
cat.
Cat's a cat, they're all great. But
It's all
I
down to
like
how you
if I
treat
was
them, right? And train them.
yeah, if I was to rescue a dog, it'd have to be something like a Labrador Golden Retriever type guy.
Yeah, that's always been a favorite growing up.
Yeah.
Like just a big, cuddly, smart dog that's
Yeah.
Labradors are great. Yeah, they're very chill when they're older as well.
they're popular for a
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Yep,
family
that'd be
dog.
Dogs
great.
are good.
Good family dog. Of all
I do
ages.
really
Oh my
want
god,
a pet toad. That'd be good.
a pet toad. Oh my god, didn't
Have you
PewDiePie
seen,
have a pet toad?
have you
Is it PewDiePie?
seen what kind of toad? Do you know? Or just a toad
No,
of some
just
description?
a toad. Just go into the garden and get a toad. Here you go.
Do you know what that?
No, I
You're my
Um,
pet now.
cane
There's
toad.
cane toads are pretty funny. I
Cane-
mean, toads in general are pretty funny to have as pets because they like just thick mud as a base essentially, and they will just create a burrow in that mud, and they'll sit there for months and months, and all you do is just put little like worms or whatever in, and they'll just be like, and then
So
that'll
we'd
be
get
it.
on great.
And it's just
Me and a
it's just
toad.
crazy. Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Same-
like they are
Same sort of
very
thing.
chill.
Same
You
sort
sit
of
in
thing.
a vat of mud as well and just get worms
Yeah.
fed to you now and again. You can sit there
Yep.
for months and months.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think
Playing
I've been
retro
doing
games.
this whole time in lockdown? Just hanging out in a little mud
Vat of mud.
cave.
So
Yeah.
check
It's
out
very fun.
a Pac-Man frog or a horned frog.
They
They're
actually
pretty...
called that Pac-Man Frog.
Yeah, they've got names. Well, that's the colloquial name I think for it. It's not actually called that, but
Right.
they are quite funny little guys, and
They
will
are
just
very funny.
sit
They're just
there
all mouth.
Yeah, and you
with,
can get them
with
in all
legs
sorts of
to
different
throw them out.
morphs, which is like the colors and stuff they get in. I mean, yeah, you don't exactly want to handle them because like that's the problem with amphibians in general. You can't handle them because of the way their skin works. But
Mhm.
funny if you just literally want a creature that will live in a tank in a corner that you just have to like make sure the conditions are right for, and it'll just be
I'm
there.
looking at the size of cane toads, and I'm just like, yes, that's my
Oh,
boy.
they get huge. Yeah, they
I
get
want a
like they
big
can get
boy.
like
I want a
massive.
big,
Yeah.
huge boy, and I'm gonna just like let it walk around the house at Brenda. She'd love it. Like Brenda would be
Have
like,
you noticed,
Yeah.
quick
who's this
sidetrack.
guy?
Do you notice that the few times that we asked Bouphe about the crimes she's done, it's always ended up back at talking about cute pets and animals. Isn't that a little
Yeah.
sus?
Yeah.
That's a
It's
pretty
a little bit
sus thing.
sus.
I plead the fifth.
What's weird is I've found an old story from the news stuff. One of them just labeled "real life chicken fucker." And
Great,
I
this
just
is
feel
going to
that
go well.
As opposed to,
I don't know
opposed
if
to
we
imaginary.
I just found that headline's quite funny. It's just well, UK man jailed over having sex with chickens, as his wife filmed it, which of course is a
Oh
very
my
normal thing
god,
to
that's horrible.
do. It is horrible. I don't even know
nice-
how
it's
that's even
nice when you-
possible.
it's nice when your wife's into your kinks, though, isn't it?
At least,
It's good to
Yeah.
have common hobbies, I guess. I mean, they're both in jail, of course,
but-
for their actions. Imagine filming that fucking.
Well,
but yeah,
imagine
that-
filming
that-
that.
that-
Imagine
that-
doing
that was
that.
gold.
Extended sentence.
Well, yeah, of course. But someone actually watching it going, "Yep, sure, I'll film this for you. Don't worry." Of course, he also had sex with dogs as well. So let's not go too far
Oh
into
my
it,
God.
because this. I mean, there's his face. There you go. Avoid this man, because
Avoid
he's
him.
been
Oh
having
my
sex with
God.
chickens and
Oh,
dogs.
oh, look,
and
West Yorkshire. Oh my god! All right.
in West
Well,
Yorkshire.
So, okay, so right, I'm betting that.
Who
guy
did you
was
give your
from-
chicken to?
So I
Because-
was born in West Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, in a town
Right.
called Keighley. Like, I'm betting it was Keighley.
Oh.
I'm betting you anything, or Bradford.
That's it.
That's
Can't
the
be that.
Jesus Christ.
What are the
Gotta be one of
chances?
the
But
two.
yes, that was the man that picked up the chickens.
yes.
I think the judge had
He
to watch
looks
the
really
footage as well,
excited
which is-
to get these chickens.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, great, yeah,
Horrible.
thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. Get the camera.
chickens.
No.
That's-
Awful,
Rough.
awful. We're
Disgusting.
making light of an
Awful.
awful thing.
I mean, I do have
Terrible.
other funny stories if you want me to go into them.
Are they
Yeah,
funny,
give us some
Ross?
There's-
Sorry.
Well, okay, this is one I saw earlier, which is man caught with trousers down looking for Saturn's rings. So let me find the article.
Sorry?
Just give me a big.
Sure, it'd be looking for
ad hoc thing.
Uranus.
Well,
We-
yes. I mean, you'd think so.
Wee.
Very
But,
good, very good. Also,
we
happy
go.
Lunar
So-
New Year, everybody. If you didn't
Happy
know
Oh,
Lunar
already.
well,
Year.
yes, of course.
Is it
What
the
that
year of
reminded
the
him.
ox?
Year of the
now?
Ox. Would you have an ox as a pet?
Yeah. Have you
No.
seen those things?
Yeah,
Adorable.
they're big bastards.
Great
Protective.
guys.
They get
I
quite
think-
large.
So a man is.
Sorry.
go on.
A man has
I
been
was thinking
fined
like
after. There's such a delay. Apologies to anyone
Yeah.
listening trying to.
carry on, Ross, please.
Okay. A man has been fined after claiming he drove 300 miles in lockdown to take pictures of planets from Snowdon when he was caught with his trousers down around his ankles in a North Wales lay-by. Police were called
Look at the
to
ads
two
on this
reports
thing.
of two
God.
men lying on the ground by the side of the road on December 21st. Oh, maybe it was a Christmas gift. Who knows? When they arrived, Philip Petrick tried to remove one of their face masks and asked, "Do you want to suck my dick?" He then proceeded
What, he
to
said
walk
that to
around
the
in his
police?
underpants. Apparently so, ignoring any instructions given to him, slurring his speech, and appeared unsteady. So I'm assuming there may have been drugs involved, mostly alcohol. He was taken to the station to sober up. The following morning, he had driven from Southampton 2 days earlier to go camping and do some photography. I don't think that's all he was doing. Let's be honest.
Sounds a
There were
lot
two of
like
them.
dogging to me, Ross. That
Sounds a lot like
an awful
dogging. It sounds exactly like dogging.
Sorry, are you the authority on dogging now?
You know,
What
you
are
know a
the
dogger.
Yeah.
What are the parameters? Okay, so you're outside.
Parameters.
That's one parameter.
Yeah.
In a lay-by. Perfect. Great. Cars can pull up
Okay.
to it. That's a great start.
Yeah.
Your pants around your ankles. That's another one. You remove a face mask and ask someone if they want to suck your dick. That's another one. If someone's filming it, you've got all 5. That's the dogging way.
That's dogging.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last one is
That's dogging.
particularly key, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The sucking dick.
Oh, I don't think
of
filming
course.
is necessary for dogging. It's just the only
think so?
dogging you see is filmed. Yeah.
It's
Oh
just-
yeah.
yeah,
The
true.
dogging typically, I don't think is filmed.
It's not the only
or at
dogging
least
that
it
Trott
certainly
sees.
isn't shared.
Hmm.
Because the whole point is people don't necessarily want people to know they dog, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I
each
think
to
they
But
their
were
in
own.
this
annoyed about the
case-
coronavirus breach, according to the article. They were more annoyed with the coronavirus issues. So there you go.
Yeah, I guess that's
So you can get on
probably
with
the thing
dogging.
they should focus on.
Just do it outside.
Get
of
on with it.
lockdown.
Stay in your bubble,
get on with
all right?
it.
Stay in your
Stay in your-
bubble.
Yeah, if you've got
Please.
if you're in the bubble, it's fine.
And
So,
currently,
yeah.
I think in the national lockdown, at least in England,
Yeah.
it's if there's a person on their own or is vulnerable. So
Oh, 2 of
if
them.
that's your
And I
dogging
guess,
option,
Yeah.
In a way.
Vulnerable. let's form a support dog.
A support dog.
where- yeah, everybody
dog.
is an extension of
Well,
one
I
dogging
mean-
bubble.
I have one friend who lives on his own, and so he's allowed to come around to my house just because he's on his own and he doesn't see anyone else.
the bubble.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my only bubble. That's my only support
Connection.
bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if
you
you're
need to find
dogging,
a
as long as you're
lay-by.
dogging with only one person,
Mm.
it's fine.
It's not dogging then.
Have they
Well,
seen
it's
Also,
Sentence
sentence,
rings?
really.
exercise. You're allowed out
I
for
think dogging
exercise, guys.
typically is meant to have more than 2 like participants. I think dogging, like proper dogging, is considered like a multi-house thing.
A lot of
We
yeah.
we have to
Viewers
adapt
need
though,
watchers.
Alex. We can't just recklessly go dogging like
Yeah.
that anymore. We have to stay in our bubbles and dog.
The golden age of dogging is over. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Golden age of dogging
no,
is done.
I feel like they could watch as long as they've got their masks on and they're at 2 meters. So that's
That's a good
fine,
point.
surely.
That's a fair, and you're outside as well. That's very
Okay.
responsible.
Zorbs.
Exactly.
Zorbs,
Zorbs.
could work.
Didn't
you see the Flaming Lips
was
did
there-
a gig where everyone
Yeah.
was in like Zorbs.
That's
I
pretty
don't know if you
creative.
saw
I
this.
thought
There
that was pretty smart.
Did
Because
they have, like, an
they've done
oxygen
lots
pump in
of
theirs?
that stuff before. Well, that's like one of their big stage gimmick things they've been doing for years at gigs. So he goes out in a big ball around the crowd. Sort of thing.
Yeah,
It's a
and
cool
walks
idea.
over them.
Um,
Yeah,
But they took it one step further this time, and I thought it was quite a cool idea. Like, it looked good.
expensive as hell.
I mean, I can't imagine the capacity for the gig was particularly high when everybody's in a ball.
And also,
I-
like-
Like
I
10
saw the
people
photo, and
balled
I think
up.
it was about 50 people. Yeah, like
Oh, okay. That's still quite
But-
impressive.
Can't hear shit.
Yeah.
I'm in a ball.
yeah,
right.
that's another. Yeah,
Turn it up.
If you've ever been inside a
It's all
ball,
echoey.
which I have been once.
Yeah, Ross, that was
it was
about
actually
it.
not. It wasn't a zorb. It was literally just a blow up ball. I think when I was
Yeah,
dressed
it
as a
was,
hamster
yeah. You
for
were.
a block and load thing. Any sound you make just pings off the ball. So you're just like kind of, if anything, you probably should have earplugs in because it's quite damaging. So yeah, who
Could the
knows what
sound
that
get
experience
in,
was
or
like?
was it mainly just you talking?
Yeah,
and
you could get
could
sound
hear?
in. I remember you were like up against it and trying to kiss me. I think we shared a through ball kiss.
Ross really remembers that
How it
moment.
went, basically.
I actually
no,
don't remember that at all. I will
I
say,
don't think
but
we actually did
I
that,
can't
but I
believe
think
it.
that's something I
Definitely.
would like to do. Someday.
Yeah.
We should go zorbing. Let's all go zorbing together.
That'd
Downhill,
make a fun.
I
but
mean,
not
you-
near a ski slip.
Vlog.
I've
I
seen
know
that.
you
They're
guys
awful.
have seen it. Booth, have you seen the zorb that goes off of like a Russian ski slope hill or something like that? Have you seen that? Don't laugh, Booth. They died horribly. They died
They died
horribly.
in a
I know,
zorb.
but it's
Uh,
just like it's just like this sort of comedic way to go.
Yeah.
If I was gonna go, that's the way I'd do it. Right?
If
Exactly.
listener, you don't know what
Like-
we're talking
Flying off a
about here.
zorb.
Basically, there was this person who goes down in a zorb. It's a big snowy mountain, and they've dug this like big long channel that they're meant to stop in. And at the bottom,
got
when
an
they're
image
meant to
of it.
stop, they
Hold
just
on.
bounce off to the left.
There.
Oh wow. There
Well,
it is.
that's
That's,
that's
That's
Ross.
not a
That
problem.
man
That's
at all.
the
died,
Russian, I think. There.
horrifically.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
Russian that's which you saw in that photo there. The Russian dressed as a hamster popped out of the bottom of the slope and then just continued to roll down the hill. And it was just like, that was it. They just died rolling down the side of a mountain in a zorb. But you're right.
Yeah.
It is an absolutely crazy way to go. And I think if I realized that was happening to me, I'd be so annoyed. Would you not? Would you just be like,
It was like, I hope the Zorb does its thing and bounces me off the rocks.
I don't think that would be my initial reaction or emotion. Trapped in a Zorb going off a cliff. We're like, oh, for fuck. Jesus.
Everything would be moving so fast. You'd be tumbling around.
It's the kind of thing that would happen to me. And I am fully accepting of that. That when I die, I hope it makes the news. I hope that it's like woman face eaten by cats lives for 6 days without realizing.
200 cats too many.
There's been a few of those
That's the
stories.
title.
There have been a few of those stories.
Yeah.
Cats
I
do
don't
like
know
to eat their owners.
Yeah, well, you know.
Are you okay with that? Are you happy with the fact that your cats could eat you if you just die in your house?
Yeah, well, they tried. I mean, Keith's always biting me anyway, so he's just getting a taste. He's thinking,
yeah. I knew
gosh, that chunky meat.
This is going to be good. When she eventually goes, this is going to be good.
It's
what he's thinking.
Fucking great.
I mean,
yeah. So Candice doesn't eat. She doesn't like eating cat food as much. She much prefers human food. So she probably would be last to eat me. She eats pizza. Okay. She likes chips. She really likes chips.
Really?
She likes green peppers. She tries to eat curry. She's kind of weird, but
yeah. Do you think she maybe lives? If she's a human being trapped inside a cat's body, do you ever think that?
I think that all the time.
Do you?
I think cats generally, yeah. No,
I've had a few thoughts like that.
Do you think sometimes you can hear them saying, "Let me out, let me out"?
I'm trapped in this body.
Yes, so I do. I open the door and I go out.
Go, be free.
Have you?
The cat from space.
I think it's called the cat from outer space.
Oh yeah.
If you
it's a great
if you haven't
film.
seen this film, you should watch it because you would enjoy it. It's a classic. Yeah.
I have a better film for you.
Okay.
The Uninvited. It's 1980.
Yeah.
Please just watch the trailer.
I think there was also
Is it about cats?
Remake as well, right?
Yeah,
So
when is it from the original?
1988. 1988.
Oh wow, yeah, that is freaky.
Year of our birth.
Yeah, I remember seeing this animatronic somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
Mine was a nice story
That's
about
gross.
how a super intelligent cat from space came to sort of save people. Yours is a monster living inside a cat.
Yeah.
It's
That's all cats are. It's a great
God,
film.
they can be pretty mean, can't they?
Oh, it's an advert.
It's an ad.
I can hear it.
Oh wait, no,
What's
this is
this?
the 2009 version. This is not.
It's
the
a
same
2009 update,
Yeah.
which is probably
It's
going
not- I
to,
don't know if this does
be
this
copywritten.
does it have
So
the cat in it?
It doesn't have no.
Does it not?
what's
There's
the
the-
original?
Oh, it's not the cat version.
1980. There's a couple of films called Uninvited. A cat
Yeah,
infected with a
there's-
genetically engineered virus escapes from a lab. The mutant feline goes on a killing spree and finds its way on board a yacht owned by a shady businessman who's invited a group of
Okay.
young people to hang out. It's,
They love
it's
hanging
one of
out.
my
And
favorites.
shady businessmen. Or whenever I get asked by a
Yeah.
shady businessman to hang out, I'm like, I'm there.
I'm there.
This
yeah.
seems
Yeah.
more
I'm on
like it to me.
This is
Yeah,
the
that's,
one.
That's a bit more like it, yeah.
It's one of my
it's a
favourite films
classic
of all time.
80s style horror film with extra weird gore and. Oh. the cat's just puppeteered.
Yeah, it's a great little puppet.
Oh my god! Well, I just
So-
seen cats
what's
like
that? Just a cat
something come out
birthing
of
out
the
of
cat
the-
mouth.
Coming out of the mouth.
Oh.
Really good.
Such a. Oh.
Of course, some sex scene as
Got
well.
Evil Dead
There's some
vibes.
sexy
Yeah.
bits in it as well. There's sexy bits.
Well,
but
I mean,
comes in.
he invited. Not good to keep me from getting to the tables.
Apart from this cat.
This
Oh,
cat's
that
like
cat
might stop you.
Trip to the Caymans.
This
He
is
invited
ticking all the
two
boxes.
sexy. Yeah, he invited two sexy women to try and like make it seem like his trip to the Caymans was completely legit. Then these two women decide, I'm going to bring these lads I just met and this cat.
Wow.
She brought this cat on
so
board.
gross.
It's great.
Incredible. A fantastic.
Why is it they
That
always
looks like
have
a film that
tiny
was made up on the
guns
spot
involved?
when they were filming.
Was it like
Yeah.
chic to have tiny guns back then? Like they always have like,
Maybe.
get out of here! I got this thing that might kill you. I don't think it will. It's very low caliber. Ow!
I don't
Ow!
know enough
Stop it.
about
Shooter.
guns to say yes or no. You know,
Very tiny gun.
Still feel
and honestly, if
threatened.
I
Or
was,
maybe
if I was
humans
up
were just
against,
bigger back then. Do you think about that?
Maybe.
Oh.
I mean, that's a
We
long
have
shot,
180s,
but it's
of
something
course.
to consider. Definitely.
my
Trott,
grandparents were
Thanks.
massive, huge people.
Were they?
These tiny little
People
assault
just getting
rifles.
smaller now.
We've grown down to our guns. That's what's happened.
I'm just the next
Excellent.
evolution of human being.
You're right.
That's why I'm so small.
You're right.
Right.
It's like seeing
Well,
the.
small dogs do live longer. That is the upside of being small. You know.
Should just call me a small dog, Smith.
Oh, no, I said no. I didn't.
In
say
a
that.
roundabout
I said
way.
Small dogs do live longer. You're inferring that, you know, which is up. I mean,
God,
it's up
I
to
hope
you.
I don't
You
live
do that.
longer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
see,
I'm
I
ready-
lived for a
I'm
very
ready
long
to-
time, and
I'm not.
I-
I'm ready to get in a zorb and go off a cliff. Like that's,
Go on
that's
down.
the
Get the
kind of
news.
thing.
Well, we
I
were
want
planning a
to-
zorbing
I
You've
don't
got
trip.
the
wanna-
more and more dangerous lifestyle, Bouphe. Like you could do it. Like
Yeah.
just slowly amp up. You know,
Yeah.
next
Yes, I
week I'm
could.
going skydiving, but I've made the parachute. Out
And-
of quilts.
For somebody
Yeah,
with
homemade
a
parachutes.
panic disorder, it's not really going to happen. I'm
Well,
going to
then you're
die
gonna live a very
in my
long
own
time.
home.
I'm sorry to say that
Oh,
you're going to live a
no.
very long time.
I'm going to
maybe.
get my
Surrounded
hand
by
caught in
cats, I
bread
expect.
maker.
Stuff down a few more
Hand-
space raiders. Who knows? You might shorten it a little bit.
Hand caught in a bread
There you
maker and I die.
Yeah, that's the way to go,
through
isn't it?
it
Domestic.
Hand caught in a bread
accident.
maker.
It's not going to make the
Well,
I
news,
can't
though,
think of any
Bouphe.
other way.
It's not going to make the news, Bouphe. If you
not
look
gonna
at
make
the
the
news,
news.
you need to step it up.
You just went
yeah,
crazy, like
alright.
swallow like 54 magnets, like this boy did.
Yeah,
Segway.
yeah.
Nice.
Boy almost died when he
Segway?
swallowed 54 magnets to see if he could become magnetic.
Did he?
What kind of
Did he?
magnets are we talking?
They're tiny ball magnets, so they're just like kind of
Oh,
like BBs.
Cookie balls.
Are they
swallowed-
neodymium or whatever they're called? They're like really
I'm not-
powerful little magnets.
Neodymium.
It doesn't
them
specify,
in
but I
your
imagine
headphones.
he says here that he was trying to see if he could get metal to stick to his stomach, and what they looked like when he went to the toilet. Of course, naturally they got stuck inside him, and obviously each magnet then connected to the other magnet that was stuck inside him and created a ball of magnets within him. So he couldn't pass them, and he had to get them physically removed. There's a
It's
nice X-ray as well if
incredibly
you wanted to see
dangerous.
that, which is where they kind of ball up. It looks quite horrible, and yeah, extremely dangerous. Probably goes alongside some of the dumb shit that these other guys have done. I don't think you've done anything like this, surely. Have
No, I
you
don't
swallowed
swallow.
anything weird before?
No.
I've
As
watched
an
my
experiment
friends.
on yourself.
We've taken we've snorted Lemsip. That's something that's happened.
Snorting
I've
Lemsip,
watched
okay.
a friend spray a lot of Lynx Africa into the lid and then do a shot of
Oh
it.
my god.
So
Oh.
that's
Shot?
really
Jeez.
bad.
Oh my god, the taste.
Awful idea.
I
Don't
Don't do
accidentally
that.
made
that.
my brother swallow a £1 coin once. That was the biggest thing I've seen
That's
for
pretty
this.
close. That's close to magnets.
No.
Were you expecting it to be like those things that you put a pound in and you turn the lever and like a little ball comes out and it's got like a bouncy ball in it?
Is it going to come out all
I
squashed?
think he was about 7 or 8, and I was 6 years older than that. I couldn't have been much older than about 12 or 13.
15, 14.
But like, we were at the beach, and I had a £1 coin that like my mum or nan or someone had given to me to go and get some ice creams, and we were like messing around, and I sort of remember just being like, swallow the £1 coin, lol, and like put it in his mouth, and then like closed his mouth, and then he just accidentally swallowed it, and he's just like, I've just swallowed that, and I'm like, what? And I had to go back to my mum and nan and say like, do we have another £1 because I just accidentally made Marie swallow it.
Oh, talking about pound coins, there's also another article here, spinning off of the other one, saying coin removed from man's nose after being stuck for more than 50 years.
I don't know if I want
50.
to click on
Imagine
that
that.
one.
How do you not?
A man has
It's worth a lot
finally
more now.
had it
Inflation.
must be, yeah, you'd imagine, you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
In the
Has
money.
finally had a coin
This
removed
one
from
with
his
the
nose.
Queen's
after being
necklace
stuck.
on it. Wow.
The 59-year-old unnamed Russian man was aged just 6 when he wedged the money right into his right nostril. He was too scared to tell his strict mother about it, and then later forgot. That's in quotes there. Forgot. He managed to live for the next 50 years unimpeded by the blockage until recently. He complained that he could not breathe at all in his right nostril. So there you go. I mean,
It took that long.
the rest is history. He managed to get it out and he's fine. So if you do manage to stick anything up your nostril, it isn't the end of the world, apparently. Maybe in 50
If you
years
do
it will
stick
pop
something
out.
up your nostril, please try not to stick stuff up your nostril.
Yeah.
Ideally,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
There
what's
it
the
is,
other one?
that's the
Crayons, Lego. People get Lego stuck up
Jeez,
there.
that's horrible.
But yeah, there's like a little rotten penny that's just stuck in his. How on earth did you know, like, my God, how big was his nose that you could like not notice that? I mean,
Get by
what's
with
the
that
smallest
not being a
denomination?
deal.
5p. If we put a 5p in your nose, you're gonna fucking notice it, surely.
I think so, yes.
I could try. Shall I go and get a 5 pence? I could get one of
Do
those.
you
How
have
big was his
5
nose?
pence to hand?
Hold on,
Well, this is the thing. This is
Got
the
a
real question.
decently
There's no
sized
picture of.
nose.
There's no picture of his nose here, but if it was large and he could fit a penny in it as a 9-year-old,
Yes.
and then just say, "Yeah, forgot about that."
So
Also,
I
like-
There's a lot of other
myself have
things at play
never,
here.
I've never swallowed anything that I'm not supposed to swallow.
No?
My sister did swallow a balloon, which was
ouch.
Inflated or
she-
deflated?
it was inflated. She swallowed a balloon, and we had to
Amazing.
take her to the. We had to take her to. Oh, it's
God.
gone.
He's found he's found a penny. Okay, so he's found a 5
I
pence
thought
piece.
he'd already done one. He's
Alex Smith is
putting
now
more up.
shoving it up in his nostril.
He has.
Are
He's
you
just like putting as
is it in
many.
there? Or it's in there. Okay, it's
Yeah,
it's not in
he's
there.
got
No.
2 in there.
He's got
There's,
2.
there's 2.
Number 2 is
That's
up.
3. No, that's 3.
Right, okay.
They're
so
easy
he's
to get up there.
He's got him
4?
in there.
I've been counting.
He's very
How many
wow.
5p's
In 50
do
years.
you have?
So I mean, if
That's
you
a
survive
20p.
50 more
20p.
years-
Oh, now we're going up. Now we're
he's
going up
going
in value.
20.
Oh,
Right,
that
okay.
is
That's
up there with the
Ooh.
5p, I assume.
tell me.
Yep, that's gone. Not even
Yep.
visible.
Right,
It's
there in
gone.
his nostril.
2
Brilliant.
thumbs up.
So
Perfect.
not be so zoomed
how would you
in.
say your
Right.
breathing is?
It's pretty
Oh, he's
obstructed.
pop-
Yeah, I'd say so.
Do you think
see
you'd
the
like?
moment he
Do you think you forget about it
slides out.
after a while? Do you think you could adapt?
The 5p
Yeah.
is very small, I will say. Hold on.
Okay,
It's
so
another
that
one,
could go.
5p.
I'm
This
guessing
is
it
like
went
magic,
further up.
isn't it? I should become the loser.
It's like
It's
magic.
like magic. We are
Another
watching
one.
magic.
All right, okay,
you
now
all
let's set this
concerned?
up a bit.
All
2p,
right, now we're talking.
please.
2p, it's a big
Here we
one.
go. Can Alex Smith fit a 2 pence piece up his nostril? He's doing quite a good job here. It's really widening up
Are
the
you
nostril.
at all concerned
Will it
about
cut it?
Oh,
where-
no, that's
No.
not
where
going
that
in.
money's
2p.
been?
There we go.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
I've
there's
had
a
bowl
lot of
in my living room
bacteria.
for about 2 years.
All right. So that's
Nice.
cultivated probably a super
Oh, right,
mutation
I'm
of
gonna
some
have to go blow my nose
bacteria
now, hold on.
on
Still
there.
blows nose. Fair enough. And now you can see his gym jams.
This is pajamas. Well, amazing.
So-
I mean,
That's great.
we're past the
Okay, so-
hour mark now.
We are.
Something
I
to
feel
do
like
in
we've
lockdown, isn't it?
indeed, but
Yeah.
we've barely scratched the surface as to who or even what you are,
TikTok.
apart from being a retro variety streamer and
This is
a
still the
lover of
introduction.
pets. It's still the
It's still,
intro.
it's still the intro, but still in the intro.
We're just
This is
gonna have
how
to get you
that
back,
works.
I guess.
I can
Yeah.
go all day. I'm just talking about
Brilliant.
shit right now.
We'll save it.
Yeah.
Save it for next
Well, that's
time
what we do.
because
That's what we do
Yeah.
here.
there he is. He's coming back now to round us off.
He's back. Right.
Hey, if people want to check
Alright.
out some retro variety streaming, where could they find it, Bouphe?
They could find it at twitch.tv/Bouphe. Or you can search. Oh my god, look at that little thing that came up at the bottom of the screen.
How are you spelling Bouphe for those listening?
It's Bouphe. I also have a YouTube that I'm doing now. You
Wow.
can search
Oh,
for that.
Hello.
Same sort of thing. Did you not know about
What?
that, Ross?
Do you have a
Yeah,
URL?
I've seen one of your videos. Yeah. Have you got
It's-
more videos out? Yeah.
It's Bouphe. Yeah, I've done 3 now.
Oof. Nice.
It's-
Catch up.
It's this.
3. There we go.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
Please check
I
those
And
just,
out.
what's the main
more Bouphe.
content? Can you explain what those are
I do.
on YouTube?
I do movie reviews on there.
Nice.
On there.
They're
So,
very well done. I
uh,
will say they're really good.
Cheers.
You did your
I've
research.
done-
They're well edited.
Yeah, I've done like 2 on horror anthologies and 1 on the best. What are they called? Christmas movies.
Just Christmas
Brain's
Yes.
movies.
gone.
The best.
Yeah, it was
What-
top 5 Christmas movies that I did
Okay.
one on as well. And that was
So that was your personal feelings on your top 5, right? Not
Yeah.
like necessarily.
Yeah.
Are they
like-
retro Christmas movies, or are we talking about just all Christmas movies? of
not
all time that you enjoy?
necessarily. but they do tend to lean towards retro
the
because
classics.
that's the film,
Nice.
kind of film I
That's
enjoy.
what you're into. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
You do
can't
a
remember
review.
the
Have you done a
newest
review
film
on Driller Killer?
Not yet.
It's a classic. No.
Hey!
I'll wait for that
Snippet?
one.
Is it a little snippet?
Little snippet. Hello.
Well, I'm
And
going to
are you
do
filming all
an
of this
episode
yourself?
on
Is
the.
this
Yeah, I'm going to
Just your
do
handiwork?
an episode on video nasties. So
Oh,
Because
nice,
I've got-
nice.
quite a few of the video nasties and the DPP-39.
Oh,
It's a smart title sequence using your tree.
Yes.
And you've got the old VHS style aesthetic on top.
First of all, let's define a Christmas movie.
There we go. Well, if you want to see more, we're not going to play the whole thing here. You'll have to go to
of
her
course.
channel
Yeah,
to
you got to
check
watch
it out.
at the
Of
source.
course. But thank you, Bouphe, for
Watch it
joining
at
us today.
source.
I hope this hasn't
Thank you
taken
so
too
much
much
for
of
having
your
me.
time. I hope we're not traumatized by Ross's
My-
pet stories.
Oh well, the chicken fucker story. Look, I apologise, but that's a real story. It
Not the
happened,
chicken.
and
I
It was
remember
mainly-
the
in
one
prison.
where your brother squeezed a hamster to death
Wait.
as well. Was probably
Yeah, well, he
Squoze
should
it.
have done that. I was very annoyed about that. The hamster was called Sheba.
and
glad you
your
were
other
involved.
rabbit got slaughtered by a dog. You know, lots of bad
Yeah,
stuff
I didn't. I
happened to
wouldn't
you. wouldn't
see
it?
that.
didn't
I
see
wasn't
it.
there for
Didn't
that.
see it happen.
It
No,
happens.
out of sight, out of mind, my friends.
Well, Bouphe, you also are now a full music artist back again.
Okay.
So why not
Yeah.
send us a fingal to our email,
Oof.
hatchat@films.com, and then we'll play it for our future
People,
podcast.
anyone can do that. Anybody,
Anyone.
not just me.
Not just Bouphe.
So-
Anyone
if you
can, and
too
should.
are a musician,
I enjoy
do it.
today's fingal. I like it.
It's good.
it's
isn't
good.
it?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jay Golden, for that. There's a long version
Yeah, we
coming
almost
up at
missed
the
that
end.
Label it fingal.
So
Awesome.
thank you, Bouphe. We'll get you back if
Thank
that's
you.
all right, because we need to get
I'd
to
really
the
like
crime
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to try and I'm gonna get a hypnotist to try and make me remember the crime because I think I've sort of
You've blocked
squashed
it.
it down in my psyche.
Maybe
yeah.
you were
So I
a
think I need
sleeper
to-
agent. Have you thought about that?
Maybe. I'm always
Something to talk
asleep.
about.
I do like to
You
sleep.
like
a lot, yeah.
sleeping?
Is that what a sleeper is?
That's because it's been
I
trained.
love sleeping.
Well,
I like
do you know what?
looking at my Fitbit and going, God, that's great. Good news.
Well, while
Like
you're
me.
looking at your Fitbit, I love to look at a long list of our Patreon supporters. Thank you, Patreon
Brilliant, thank you.
supporters, for keeping our hat chat going.
Thank
you can
Patreon supporters.
thanks. You can go to patreon.com/hatfilms. We don't have sponsors on this. We've just got our Patreon. So thank you. You are credited at the end.
Also,
of
that's
our
not by
YouTube video.
choice.
Not by choice. I
No,
mean, we've
they
been
just won't
trying.
sponsor you.
No one wants to
They just
sponsor
don't want to
this.
sponsor us. Yeah.
Every week something else happens.
Yeah.
This week
Sort of
it's
talk
Miss
of
Pennies Up the
chicken
Nose.
fuckers and pennies up the nose. Yeah.
I
Well,
feel like
if
pennies
you
up the nose is actually one of the least controversial.
It's quite
things.
tame, isn't it? Yeah. There's
Quite
there's been all
tame.
sorts.
Pennies up the nose. Just a few
Yeah.
pennies up the nose. How else?
Harmless.
How do you
Yeah.
guys carry change?
Oh,
don't need a wallet.
bottom.
Don't
pass.
ask me.
Sorry, what was that?
I
£5
mean,
and
yeah.
30 pence.
It's going to take a
on.
moment.
I got a 30p here somewhere.
A
Right.
lot of some of the pennies are like, ah.
There's a technique. There's a technique.
There's
It's right at the
sound of
back.
change rumbling in the back of my throat.
It's gross.
Yeah.
That's really gross. Right, we'll play you out with some more Jay Golden. Thank you very much again for setting that in. And thanks, Bouphe. See you all in a
Thank you.
couple weeks' time. Goodbye.